think Drake should just, hit song his way
What's the next
out of this.
move? What is the next move for Drake?
Hit song his way out of this.
Now, hit song meaning about
No.
Kendrick or just about something else?
Give him 3 lines here or there. Still a bitch.
But a
Still
nice
bigger
for
than
what?
you.
A God's plan.
Yeah, I'm still bigger than you. Hey, listen, you're the liar that I gave you a couple of weeks, but that's it. Yeah.
Now, here's the problem. You try to put out the hit song. You try to do it, and then it flops or doesn't work. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what Drake does best? Just do a collab.
Oh, yeah.
Go to one of the guys, which is, by the way, this is one of the most interesting parts I've been looking at. Who still stands with
who's
with
choosing
Drake?
sides? Exactly.
So
Like,
wait,
I've seen
break this down.
people, I've seen a lot of artists who you could tell, and that's what I was saying before when you cut me off. I was saying with every billionaire, they have the story of you fucked over 10 people, or you had to, right? I think Drake, what we're watching now, especially the silence, is a lot of people who not necessarily fucked over, but they might feel ever so slighted. Yo, remember when I just came in the game and you hopped on my song? And then I got a little cool and I said, yo, could you give me another verse and you left me on red, motherfucker?
But he already put you on. This is where it's like,
No, because
We're also speculating, so we don't even...
in music, it's more of these genuine relationships, not where you're only fucking with me when it's convenient. Those people become a little bit salty. Like, yeah, I'm salty at you that they feel essentially used, even though it's really mutual, right?
it's not even mutual. I mean, if you're an up-and-coming artist and then the biggest artist alive does a song with you, the only person that benefits from that is the up-and-coming artist.
Let me say this.
It's like...
Roddy Ricch. Roddy Ricch had a song with Drake. It got leaked. It's called In the Cut. The real song never came out. Roddy Ricch, obviously, when he dropped The Box, was one of the most popular artists on the earth. Afterwards, subsequently, his career kind of cooled out a bit.
Yeah.
He just had a song with Drake that it just didn't come out, though. I think he might feel away. I think he might, not like salty, but it's just like, okay, I'm not in the same space I was when we cut that record, and that got leaked and didn't come out. Maybe you don't want to do another record. Now when I see Kendrick going at you, I'm a little bit more
like
pro
it.
Kendrick. Like, he's now, West Coast Crody, you know what I mean? Like, he's...
Yeah.
So I think Drake is watching, and we can't really see any artists standing with Drake. 21 Savage, right? Just brought him on tour in the 7th. Of course, 21 fucks with Drake, but he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's from Atlanta. You can't go against Future. Future is king in Atlanta. You know what I mean? I remember doing an interview with 21 and he told me, in Atlanta, Future is bigger than Drake. Like, the people of Atlanta care more about Future than Drake, right? So he can't go against Future. And then his man is also Metro. So he's noticeably absent and quiet. And Drake is kind of out here fighting by himself. Yes. The second thing we've also not seen during the Meek Mill thing, when all that was going on, Drake was popping up in Houston clubs, got bitches shaking their ass to back. It looked like he was the culture. Like, he was what people were liking outside. And I'm watching now, look like Drake is stuck in the booth. And even though we haven't seen Kendrick, his music seems to be outside. Like, everybody's dancing to the song. Like,
I don't think he's stuck in the booth. I think it looks, at least appears, he's trying to keep the women on his side. Like, he's popping up at Nicki shows. He's popping up at Sexy Red shows. Like,
not during the beef.
Yeah, recently he was on tour with Nicki. Like, not on tour, but he did a few different dates with Nicki.
That's after he dropped push-ups. Like, shit got to another.
Not since this next level.
Yeah. No, that's what he's winning.
Kendrick
Yo, I'm
responded,
winning. Yo, when you're winning,
I'm outside.
Yo, it's a good time when you win it.
Yeah,
it's a real good time when you win it.
Yeah.
And it's just odd how no one is speaking up for Drake.
I think
so. If I'm Drake, right?
Yeah.
And I built the way I orchestrated my career is, instead of, and there are some artists that have done this, trying to shut down every new artist that comes out out of fear that they're going to take them over, like literally trying to squash and silence careers. Instead going, I'm going to give you your first hit. I'm going to give you your first hit so that when you blow up, you remember me, we can continue to work together, and you'll always remember that, we built something good and I'm going to put you on. And maybe he really likes putting people on. Maybe I know Joe Rogan likes putting on new talent. He's done it with so many of us. He enjoys it. He doesn't ask for nothing back. He literally just enjoys putting on people who are nice. So maybe there's a part of Drake like that. And he's done it with so many people. Now, when Joe's going through anything, he got a lot of motherfuckers like me that are ready to just start swinging because we know how important he was. Same thing with Charlotte. Charlotte going through anything, I'm riding with Charlotte till the end of times. So it's like, if there's anything that affects any of those guys, we're riding. If I'm Drake right now, I would be kind of hurt that I put all these fucking people on, did all these songs with these people who are really, you could say, oh, they're popping, They were no names in terms of international play before he puts them on. Probably has made them, through that, millions and millions of dollars, right? I'm very vocal about the credit, who I give credit to, the people who put me on. Very vocal, right? I'm sure those people in some way must feel, if they're like reasonable human beings, and then nobody talking, nobody speaking up, I'd be tight, bro.
Well, also, they don't want to go against the other side. And also, this is...
What the other side do?
But that's what's great.
Well,
now you're playing politics.
Well, here's the thing, too. I think there's a lot of people in the industry that
resent that motherfucker.
No, but beyond that, they have looked at Drake and they have really maybe seen a little bit behind the curtain and they respect him less now.
What does that mean?
There was a time when they felt that he was the instant, I get on a verse, it's going crazy, it's going to affect shit. Like, I think now people look at him and be like, well, what is Drake if he doesn't have a Yachty next to him? Or if he's not riding this wave? They don't look at him as untouchable anymore.
Do you think I'm playing devil's advocate because, again, I'm the Drake hater on the team. Do you think it says something that none of those guys will go to bat? Because there's nothing anybody could say about you to make me go, I believe you, I'm going to stay quiet. I'll die for this guy. Weird? You'll die for... But that's the thing.
Telling
is it not telling? I'm actually asking you, do you think it's telling that nobody's coming? Do you think that says something about Drake more than the people? You see what I'm saying? Nobody. Like, is every one of these guys shitty? You see what I'm saying?
I mean, in this business, you get people who are incredibly desperate for fame, and they're incredibly, in our business too, and they're willing to do, like I just had a buddy who said that they weren't going to do something, or they were going to cancel something. I'm going to try to be vague here. And they were going to cancel something because doing it was getting them a lot of hate. And that thing that they were going to do is with somebody who really, kind of put them on and give them opportunities, etc. But just because they were worried about their career and what was going on with them, they're like, I got to cancel it. So people are going to prioritize themselves first. But I hear the point you're making, which is like, oh shit, maybe our perception is that he's so benevolent, he's helping all these guys, when maybe they don't really see it that way. Is that what you guys are saying?
Yeah, like zero people are coming. There should be one person, I would think. Now, granted, I think you were first to support Rogan, and that helped open up. I was supposed to actually do, after his controversy happened, I was supposed to do the pod that Monday, which was crazy, but like never crossed my mind to not do it. I was like, man, this guy's helped out Schulz. Schulz has helped out you. He's offering you this platform. You do this fucking podcast. There's no question about it. There's no one doing that for Drake. Zero people. And again, I am biased. I don't know if he's a bad guy. So maybe I shouldn't present this, but
they gotta say something. All these guys are industry friends. Like all that twin shit. Like they're not really friends. And so it's like,
is there one human being, just one human being, who's like, yeah, this is a good guy, I'm gonna vouch?
Yeah, but it's not them vouching as a good guy. They would have to go against.
If Birdman is the only guy defending you, what's going on?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The industry is against him. Like all of these guys.
This is a great point.
Yeah, like put like this.
If you're industry friends and the industry is against him, then you're going to side with the industry because you see your security, safety, and longevity within the industry.
Yeah, I guess
it just exposes that these friendships and my twin, my dog.
Metro said it earlier. Everyone has to pick a side. If you pick Drake's side, you ain't get beats. You almost have to hope that he survives it. Well, obviously he'll survive, but he'll survive for Drake. Will Drake still have that ability to help you? Because now you're making an enemy of the Weeknd. You're making an enemy of Metro Boomin, Future, all of these guys who there's much more that's not present. Like there's a whole faction.
This is why like being able to have your own audience and create your own shit, like not feeling so dependent, is so important. We can go to war for Joe. We can go to war for Charlotte. We can go to war for any of the people that we really care about, right? Because we are not dependent on the industry. The second you are dependent, the second, oh, fuck, man, the only hit I ever had was with Metro. And if I say this, Metro not going to feed me any more beats. And then what if I just bought a house and then my kid's in private school and shit, I won't be able to pay. All right, let me just be quiet. Yeah, you're shackled by your ties to the industry in that regard.
I'm still wondering though, what the fuck did he do to all these guys?
That's
That's what I'm trying to ask.
How don't you know this shit?
Well, I mean, like again,
could you speculate?
Okay.
Just speculate.
Well, we've just heard bullshit reasons, like reasons that are just like very light on
Fucking
the
girls,
surface.
like
Yeah, like
Everybody
things like
fucking
that. I
knows
mean,
it.
Rick Ross on his song, he said, "Yo, it's because you sent a cease and desist." But like that
ain't it?
like the guy who you're mad at for like. French is still following Drake. There's a deeper issue, and I seen Metro allude to it. He said, "Stop acting like the reason we fell out is because of a girl. You didn't fuck my girl. I'll spare you."
He said I'll
People
spare
know
us
the real-
both,
yeah.
to be fair, because he was going to look bad too. To be fair to Drake. Metro, whatever the reason was going to be, he said, the reason I'm not telling you is going to make both of us look bad.
Did he say that?
No.
He said that.
He said I'll spare. He said I'll spare both of us. But he says you look much worse.
Yeah.
If I tell what it is, but I'll spare both of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I read it as if like, oh, if I say what happened,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be embarrassed, but you're gonna look like the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think what we're all trying to
Yes.
say here is it would make Drake look way worse, which
Yeah.
is why Drake won't come out with it.
Mm-hmm.
He still looks stupid.
Yeah.
Metro will still, look, he'll have some sort of negative feeling about it, but not as bad as potentially Drake.
Yeah.
So maybe this has happened time and time again, and enough people have been affected that nobody's coming
I
out.
even asked Drake. Well, I was like, yo.
Yeah. What he's, I mean, I don't know. It's your guys' business. I don't know.
Well, I mean, and I don't think he's gonna. This is probably again the mere fact that we've gotten 2 albums, a bunch of diss songs, and none of these guys have said you did A, B, C, and D.
Yeah.
Like that's odd. Like we're beefing and fighting, but we can't even address the reasons why. What Drake has told me was like, yo, he honestly just feels it comes from like people viewing his position. Like, the fact that he's
envy.
Jealousy, the fact that he's at the top, he got the jet, the lifestyle, the money. And because of whatever, maybe wrong or slight, even sometimes if he doesn't intend it, they may have just like harbored feelings for him. But I still look at him like, not this amount of niggas just come like, yo, it's time to get him today.
There is some validity to jealousy. We all get jealous, we all whatever. But when a guy at the top writes off everything as they're just jealous, I don't fully believe that either. You know what I mean? That's not 100%.
And especially it looks even weirder when you're the guy, you're the guy that took Jay-Z's motto to Super Saiyan when you put your hand around the new guy.
Yeah.
Like, if every comic went against Joe Rogan and wouldn't say why, you would probably have to say, what the fuck did Joe do? The easy thing to say is, well, yeah, you're jealous of his spot. But it's like, well, he's kind of helped all y'all.
Yeah.
And
this is a fucking great conspiracy right here.
Yeah, no, I really don't know. Like,
anybody who spent time with Joe will vouch for Joe. He's a great fucking guy, blah, blah, blah. That's
the
not
fact
happening.
that none of these has anybody vouched for Drake?
Birdman.
Yachty. I'm sure Yachty's been.
I don't even know if Yachty's come out.
Because Yachty had liked a post that seemingly was dissing the other guys, and he said, no, it was a mistake.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, it's your man's. Like, you guys paint your nails together. You got to stand on it. There's time. Like, yo, you get the little gel joints done together. You got to stand on it right now.
They just did a podcast together on the beach with
Who's Zach something? Kendrick said you're playing dirty with Zach.
Zach Bia
he's
and Twitter
alluding
bots.
to, or he's accusing Drake, because that's another angle that masterful. Like, he's defeated every possible angle Drake could go. Like, number one, all right, there's the angle of, hey, the venue for this beef is Academic Stream, and he's the number 1 Drake fan. How does this play out? Like, you know what he says? He's compromised. Like, he hits everything. And so the Zach Bia thing is, at first, the internet lopsidedly was like, yo, it's Drake. And Kendrick kind of negates it by kind of like trying to air out and put into air. Drake is using a whole bunch of bots. Zach Bia is a guy who's, I think he manages Yeet, but like, there are these nefarious individuals that kind of make narratives
He's the
happen.
bot man.
Well, that's what he's alluding to. Yeah, you're the bot guy. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you're cooking up the bots for Drake. You know what I mean? And him kind of like throwing certain things into the air.
You got to listen to these songs. I know. You drive me crazy. He's speaking with so much authority. I sent him every song in order.
He did. Now, to be fair, I've never spoken authority about the music.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You got to.
Buddy, not like us.
No, you have
Not
to.
like us is such a fucking banger.
I know.
It's crazy.
Yo,
It's hard.
yo, I
It is the
promise you-
back-to-back of
Hold
this
on.
battle.
Yeah.
2 minutes a song.
Yo,
Can't
yo,
do this
I
in
promise
Give it two.
minutes,
Give it
7
two.
If Meet the Grams
Yeah.
was actually all factual,
Yeah.
It's insane.
it would be probably one of the biggest knockout punches we've seen. To not only reveal, and I wrote a verse to your mom explaining that this industry has corrupted her son and turned him into a pedophile. Let's say that's also was real, which that's not real, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I showed how you've neglected actual real responsibility, chase the worst things that comes along with fame, the things that you think I'm jealous of you for, till you have not only, it's not just like parenting, it was just like, you're hiding another child. He's like, he's dropping these lines like, you call yourself the boy, I'm gonna help you turn to the man. Like, that's kind of like, it's taking like, you just can't listen to Drake just talk about, yo, I'm going to the club to fuck some bitches no more. Like, this guy's basically saying, this guy's a piece of shit and a creep.
Yeah, fuck a
Y'all-
rap beef. It's a war with
Yeah,
itself.
that's
y'all want to listen to this
crazy.
guy
Crazy.
for the turn up?
I should have listened to that.
So when I heard that one, I was like,
Good thing it was lies. I was like, the whole time I'm listening.
Nah, listen to that.
I was like, then I found out it was lies. I was like, whoa,
I
Nas
was
a fucking
like,
bullet.
if anybody ever picked me apart or exposed me in that way,
Nas the bullet, man.
I have to off myself.
Yeah,
It'll be,
I
he
don't count
picks him
that
apart
song.
in a way that it's like he can't recover from. If the stuff was real,
Yeah,
he wouldn't
with
recover.
lies, so we don't count that.
Yeah.
One. Good.